Good evening. We're having a chill out night tonight. Actually going to get to run some of my trains. Been so busy repairing other people's trains, but you'll see that this coming week. I have 6 done, 6 to go, including a band drive loco. Let me know if the mic is okay or if I need to speak up or turn the volume up. And I'll start running the first train in a few momentos. It's going to be that one. Thank you, Daryl. Dark Paw the Wolf, welcome. Rangers or Celtic? They're both crap. I don't like football. It's not my thing. I like motorsports. Okay, let us get a train running. I'm going to try and keep this simple tonight. One train at a time, no derailments. Yeah, right. Okay, let's get going. Wonderful. I had the mic off. I'm such a moron. Anyway, should be back on now. Turned the mic off because the big Union Pacific was rolling down the hill and it was really loud. Selfie man is up to no good as normal. Hello Joe's Trains, and Avlisk also popped in. Hello there, he's away out for a whiz out in the snow. Don't eat the yellow snow. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I look really peely-wally tonight. Not seen the sun in like 3 weeks. Goodness. I think I'm going even bolder than normal. I wonder if I could change that camera. I look really pale. Anemic, almost. Caboose says, great backdrop. Where? I don't have a backdrop. Maybe he's being sarcastic. Oh, the cliffs? Yeah, it's a start. I've got a lot to do. Radius are 18s, so yeah, it's very surprising that these giant passenger coaches can even get round, because they're really long, but they do have the articulated trucks, which makes it easier. But the massive gap between the doors between the coaches looks silly. But it's okay for now. I got them for the future layout. They look great though. I like a big long passenger train like this. Aaron, if we get bored, I've got some things we can build. I've even got a wee camera set up just for that. Let me see if it works. Yeah, so if we get bored, we can maybe build these. Little open hopper jobs. I've got 3 of these. I got these gifted from Steve David, and I've not built them yet, so I've got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, and I've got something else in that box there. I've got something else to build, which is actually a little caboose, so we could maybe build that as well, but we'll see. We'll see if we get bored. I really just wanted to be running some trains tonight. Anthony Dodge has entered the building. Welcome, Anthony. Late one for you. I thought you'd be in bed by now. Yeah, you know what? I've never built one of these kits before. I don't know what's involved. Wow, there's lots of parts in this. A little bit intimidating. I mean, you know what it's like. Once you build one, then you know what you're doing, but this has got all sorts of weird thread and cable and stuff, and yeah, that one's a wee bit complicated, the caboose one. Might not be building that one tonight. We'll see. At the moment I just want to run some trains, if that's okay. Hello Joe Raider, Black Rock Central Railroad. The only downside with this train behind me, it's really loud. Because the room is still fairly empty, not a lot of scenery, it's a wee bit noisy. But normally I just turn the music up. I can't do that because, you know, I don't want to blow your speakers. Oh, Anthony, I didn't know you had another stream tonight. I thought you were just Fridays at 3 o'clock. Well, if half my audience disappears, I know where they've gone. So tell me this then, Steve G. Do I need glue for these kits, or are they all just do they all just snap together? And obviously I'll need my extremely thick glasses. Oh, don't mind me, I dropped something. I've got a very dropped it again. Okay, so I got a very small delivery this morning. Another decoder. It's just a nice little 8-pin job. Got this from Armand. So I can install yet another decoder into one of my locos. It is just a mobile one. It's just the forward, back and lights. But isn't that nice? I used to dread the whole DCC thing because it was so expensive, and now people just send me decoders, and Greg Dean sent me about 7 of them last week, so I'm DCC'd out my nut, as they say. Actually, no one says that. It's not derailed yet, isn't that amazing? And I haven't lost any coaches. Okay, so glue is always useful, yes, I agree. Anthony, I thought Artie was currently on a plane. I thought he was on his way. Or is he doing some crazy live stream while he's travelling? Or is that next weekend he's coming over? I don't know, let me know. Darkpaw, I am in Ontario, between Toronto and Niagara Falls, so probably about 6 or 7 hours away from SMT. He's up north, he's probably get pretty bad weather tonight. We're okay, we've got some flurries, but apart from the cold, it's fine out there. Hmm, 26 people are in my little stream, thank you very much. Oh, that's excellent. What time did you say? 8:30? Let me scroll up, because I would actually quite like to see that. See how he's dealing with our North American weather. Now I can't find it. Oh, 8 o'clock your time? Okay, I may or may not make that one. Oh dear, I need to turn the power up on my on my massive Union Pacific. It's stalled up there. Actually, there's a set of points just at the top of the hill there. There's just a very slight step that they kind of struggle to get over sometimes if they're going slow, especially when they're hauling all that nonsense behind them. Thank you very much, Caboose. I do try. Sidetracks, that is actually a powered B unit, so it's a powered a PA1 and a PB1, I don't know. Anyway, 2 powered and the third PA is a dummy, so it's got plenty of power. But it's a really steep slope. You know, the next layout about, I don't know if I'm going to go for a slope like this. It's just ridiculous. It'd be so much easier the way Anthony does it. He's got like 15,000 tracks going round and round, nice and flat. No problems at all, right, Anthony? So I'm going to get this round to the biggest siding I've got. In fact, probably bring it round to the yard. Just down there to the right of the silver train. I need to split it up to get it in. Because I want to run my Canadian National steam train with its new coaches. It looks really nice going round now. Shaky, that's rude. Should have been wearing a t-shirt. So rude. Oh wow. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I was getting my subscribers mixed up there. So Aaron's Trains and Planes, train layout is in the garage. Blah. Our garage is freezing. In fact, we keep most of our fresh produce. No, we keep our juice, or soda, or pop, whatever you call it, in the garage. And it's like bottles of this, kind of fizzy water. It's actually starting to freeze in the garage. And the garage is attached to the house. It's actually below my son's bedroom. It's kind of shocking. Insulation these days is absolutely terrible. Right, let me take care of this train before I forget. Right, we'll get wee steam train going for now. Forgotten where he is. Oh yeah, down here. So this is not the DCC steam train. I was leaving some comments earlier on about this. I think I want to add a sound decoder to this steam train. And I'm going to do it in the tender rather than the engine, because that was an absolute pain to try and find a location. And a sound chip also requires a speaker, so the tender makes more sense. I only need 4 wires. 2 wires coming from the pickups of the steam train into the tender, and then 2 wires coming back again from the decoder to the motor. So 4 wires between the steam train and the tender, and as long as I make them nice and fine, it should be okay. That's the plan. I just ran the steam train down the wrong way. It was all going so well. Give me a sec. I need to reverse him. Yeah. Right, here's the plan for tonight. Apart from running these trains, do you see those trains up there on that shelf? They are Max's trains, the ones I've been working on. I've got 6 of them running so far. So I will let you see how the 6 that I've got restored, well, when I say restored, marginally better than they were when I got them. I'll let you see how they're running. And I did tell Max I'd be doing that, so if he's not here, then that's his problem. He should have been here, he was notified. Come on, I'm doing these for free anyway. Give us a break. Aaron, did you hunt that deer yourself, I hope? I hope you didn't just buy it in Walmart. No, Walmart don't sell deer, do they? What is that, venison? Yeah. Yeah, I've never hunted anything except I think I shot a pigeon once with an air rifle. Felt really bad. Although I like fishing, I don't have a problem cutting a fish's head off. I've forgotten what camera I was going for. That one. Oh, we missed the train. Damn. So basically the deer was trespassing, you had every right to kill it and eat it. So Dark Pot is talking about TH&B, which I believe is Toronto, Hamilton and Buffalo. And the paint scheme in them is really nice. It's a sort of burgundy and creamy colour, is that right? They look really nice. They're actually similar to the Canadian Pacifics, but this section here would be a kind of cream colour. It's really nice. And the first time I saw it was round at James's house. James Dundas Junction Model Railroad. He's got a whole set, well, 2 of everything, you know what he's like. But yeah, it's really nice, and the problem is, because they're so limited, they're all quite expensive, unfortunately. That's okay, Rebel, there is no rush. It's not going anywhere. Plenty of other people posting nonsense anyway, it's fine. So Aaron, you've got 5.12 acres. Are you close to a city or are you just on the edge? Because that sounds absolutely perfect. I would love a place close enough to Walmart but far enough away from all the plebs, you know. Sounds great. Yeah, I really like that. It's very new looking, you know what I mean? It's not been weathered at all, but it's shiny and it's crisp and everything runs really nice. Right, I want to talk about these monsters. So if you were watching my last train show video, I got this one, which is obviously needing work. I've not even had a chance to look at these yet. In fact, I've forgotten what's wrong with these, or what the symptoms are. And this is the one where everyone except me noticed that the chassis is a banana. It's kind of curving away up at the front there. Oh. Wait a minute, can you see it? Yeah, the front's curving away up, the back's curving up, so the weight in the middle is scraping along the deck. Apart from that, it needs a wee bit of a service because it was a bit squealy, but it's got a good weight to it. Which one is that? That is the Lifelike, so that's probably a Proto 1000. Needs a bit of work in the handrails, they're a bit mangled. And I don't know what these are, I've never seen them before, these wee red things. Nice though. Anyway, I want to get that one up and running, but as I mentioned, I've got to take care of Max's stuff. So I'm going to try and do 2 of Max's trains a day, so another 3 full days to get Max's stuff all finished. But I will show you what I've done so far, okay? In a little while. I'll show you a couple before Anthony disappears. In fact, Anthony might have gone already. He's got a live stream coming up at 8, so he'll need to get ready for that. Although he might be an hour behind me, so that's maybe 9 o'clock my time. Let me know, Anthony, if you're still here, and I'll get some of Max's trains on, okay? Wait a minute, was that train not longer a minute ago? Oh no. No, look! Ah, stop! Okay, how am I going to fix this? We'll try reversing the train all the way back. We'll try that. A steam train going round all those... Oh, not a fan of reversing a steam train with a tender. We'll give it a shot, eh? Hey, you don't need to see me. There we go. Okay, bye Dark Claw. Have fun watching your film. I appreciate you joining. Right, let's see if we can get this steam train all the way back. I was running that thing all day and it didn't lose its passenger coaches once, and then if you guys come along and it all goes to pot. Alright, so far so good. Coming down the hill. That hill. Better slow them down a bit. So far so good. We're coming up to the tricky bit though. All those nasty points there. Better slow it down a wee bit. Oh, I think it made it. Wow, that's amazing. Let's see if I can hook them up without any godlike intervention. Did it work? Yes. Great success. Would have been better if it didn't uncouple in the first place, but hey, we're back. It's a shame there's a 20-second delay. You could have warned me quicker than that. Okay, seems to be good now. That's the wrong camera. There we go. Hey Armand, I was just telling everyone about the little decoder you sent me. Don't know what I'm putting it in yet. Plenty to choose from. Good evening, James. Don't worry, this is not your train. Your train is safely tucked away in a box. For now. I need to drop by and see at some point. Right, Joe, I will do a little tour of how I am hooking this all together, okay? I think I've just lost my signal for this camera. Hold on a second. Oh no, I've still got it. Okay, so everything is a cheapo $25 webcam, right? Except for one. So that's one of them. USB connected to the PC. The one away up there that I'll show you in a second is exactly the same, except I've got a USB extension cable, and the one over there is the same again with a cable, a USB extension cable going into the PC, and the final one is an old iPhone over there. Okay, I don't have the mic on that phone, hence why I didn't talk for that section. Now, you do need, obviously you need a lot of empty USB slots. And the reason I use the cables rather than the wireless, sorry, the iPhone over there was wireless, but that's the only wireless one. Everything else is hardwired to the PC to get the best connection possible. Because I don't have a very powerful PC, my internet connection is good, but the PC itself has got a very small, tiny wee processor, so it kind of struggles, but if it's hardwired it's fine. So basically, probably about $100 in cameras including the extension cables. It's not bad, and the quality's okay, right? It's meant to be HD, but that's definitely not HD. Which one? This camera should be HD, but you have to pay extra for the app for the Pro version, you know. But it's still quite nice. James just said he ripped most of the cork he laid. What on earth did you do? Your cork was all glued down. Did you have to change something? That sucks. I'll find out when I come round with your new toy. Let me go and find it actually. I don't want to lose it. That's just me plugging something in, don't panic. So, DCC CN6060. And I need to do the same to mine, but with a sound decoder. Also, James, I got this one running for you as well. I had to swap out the motor though. It was basically melted. The housing on the motor that was in this was melted, so I had some spares. So you've got that one back running again. All good. So Joe, and to hook it all together software-wise, I use OBS. OBS Studio. What's it called again? Hold on a second. I think it's just called OBS Studio. Yeah, OBS Studio. It's just really good. There's so many functions to it. And if anyone needs a hand setting up their live stream, give me a shout. I really don't mind, because I know how tricky these things are at first when you try to learn them. But OBS is the easiest. The only trouble with OBS, I've not figured out how to seamlessly get guests on, and I would really like to get someone on a live stream. I could use Streamlabs, but we're a bit limited with what we can do with that, and you need to pay for it. OBS is free for now. But it's all user input and user programming and updates, so I can't remember the term. What is the term when a software program is updated by the mass? Hello Randall, welcome along. I'm running out of words again today. Guys, please put me out of my misery. What's the term for that software that is owned, not exactly owned by the community, but updated by the community? So annoying. What's it called? Open source. Oh, thank God. Open source software. So you can kind of change it and offer your upgrades and all that kind of thing. I think the NMRE, not the NMRE, the DCC EX stuff is also kind of not exactly open source, but they have a big community as well. Thanks, Sidetracks. A wee bit late, 20-second delay and all that, but we got there. So yeah, so that's how I do my live stream. And of course this big mic, which again I used a different program just because generally when you buy these mics, the USB, they're really quiet, so you need a little software program that boosts that, and you get a wee graphic equalizer to hopefully stop the distortion. GMRI, yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, GMRI, not NMRE. So many acronyms. Okay, I am going to stop Steamy in this yard, and we're going to put on one of Max's repairs, okay? Okay, let us begin with this little chappie, which apparently was Max's favourite loco, and then one day it stopped. And I'm not going to tell you what I did, I'm just going to put it in the track, and hopefully it'll run, not embarrass me. Let's find out. Here, did that music suddenly get really loud? Let me know if you want me to turn it down. Okay, let's see if this wee train is going to behave, this little loco. Or if he's going to drive me loco. This is a nice looking little loco, to be honest. Unfortunately, it is getting some grindy noises through the shell. It doesn't make any noise at all without the body on it. And when it goes a wee bit faster, it doesn't make a noise. So, yeah, I've done my best. I can't really do much more to it. But it runs nice now. I mean, it didn't run at all when I took it out of the box, but it was actually quite an easy fix, as you'll find out on tomorrow. I think that's going to be tomorrow's video. So this is a Varney, whatever that means, but it says it on the bottom of the shell, so that's what it is. It's a Varney, and it's really heavy. This one was actually a bit of a pain. I seem to get some sort of problem with the quartering or phasing with the little bars. Driving me mad, but the good thing is I've learned, hopefully, I've learned how those linkage things work a bit better now. So I know what to look for if I have a fault in the future, which is part of the reason I took this job on, because it's a whole mix of weird stuff that he gave me. And obviously I didn't want to charge him to repair it because, you know, it's a learning process for me anyway. But so far we're getting there. So we'll give this one another lap and we'll move on to the next one that I've repaired. Yeah, I'm with you there, Rebel. This one sounds a bit like a grinder. Oh, at this speed it's a bit loud, but if I go a bit quicker, it's actually really quiet. But it looks a bit unrealistic. Let me just try that. Yeah, at that speed, it's actually quite quiet. Needs a light as well. I didn't stretch that far to put a light in it for him. That would have been too much like work. Okay, I'm going to bring him in and we'll move on to the next one that I worked on this week. Or, yeah, during the week. Hey, welcome, Bill. Yes, I'll do that. Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, that's moving nice, right? Yeah, really happy with that one. Right, next. Who are you calling an oxymoron? Keep your comments to yourself if you don't mind. Right, next train. That one. Come on. What a palaver. So it's got the link bar. I forgot what it's called, but it's a powered bar that goes between the loco and the tender. and it's got a weird sort of spring in the middle of the hole that springs that way or that way. But every time you try and push the pin down, it kind of pushes the bar away. Oh. So I hope it doesn't derail or uncouple, because that won't be running again. Right, actually, let's see if it does in fact run. I am trying to keep on top of these comments about the hobo train. Don't worry, I'm reading. Let's see if this works. Oh, he's a wee bit jerky. Yeah, he needs run in. I didn't run this one very far. Hold on. Needs a wee shove. Possibly didn't get all the wheels on there. Right, off he goes. Oh, this one's got lights. Bonus. So that is the second loco that I've got running again. It's not perfect. That one still needs, I don't know, replaced possibly. I think the motor's a wee bit dodgy, but it's not too bad. Right, one more lap for this one and we will go on to the next one I worked on. Might as well do all the steam trains at once. Yeah, he doesn't crawl so well. Okay, next. Thanks for that, Gary. Yes, please hit the likes up button. I lied about the steam train. I haven't fixed any more. I've got 1, 2, 3 steam trains still to do, but I did get this one working. This is the one that Max got at a train show, and it was apparently brand new. And he got it home and it didn't work at all. So I've stripped this one down and, well, I'll let you be the judge of how well it runs. So this, my friends, is a Bachmann Plus. Never heard of a Bachmann Plus before, but it's pretty much the same as a Bachmann Spectrum. So it's got the split frame. So that was fun, but because I did the V-rail that you can see at the bottom of the screen there, it was exactly the same underneath. So I had a good idea of what I was doing this time. But now, oh my goodness, it's running so nice. I hope he's happy with that. He should be, because this was the one he was most concerned about and most upset. Because he spent quite a lot of money on this one. Super smooth. It's actually got quite a lot of lighting on it, but because we're running DC, you won't see the lighting unless I turn the power right up. There he is! Hello Max, have you been lurking or did you just get here? Because I've already run 2 of your steam trains. If you just got here, let me know and I'll put the steam trains on once I've gone through what I've fixed so far, okay? But hopefully you're happy with this. It's running like an absolute dream. Isn't that nice? And it's silent as well. Really, really good. The reason it's slowing down there is because it's the 18-inch curves, and all my locos slow down in that tight bend. But on a straight, that will creep flawlessly, trust me. It is still moving, but it's just... there's a lot of friction at the sides of the rails going round that bend. I'll give that a wee bit more power. Okay, he can get a couple of laps. Funny you should mention the cat hair thing, Max. Oh my god. You got to ban your cats from the train room. Jeez. I've actually pulled out enough fur balls from your locos so far that I could actually make a pullover. True story. So Max, I've not fitted the horn and the railings onto this one. I thought I'd leave that for you to do. Finish it off. It's your train after all. But it's good to go. It's absolutely... I'm actually quite jealous of this one. In fact, there's another one I'm quite jealous of, which we'll put on in a couple after this one, okay? So we'll bring him to a stop and we'll swap over to another one I've done, okay? Oops. A wee bit of an after jerk there. Right, to be fair to Max, this one that I'm currently about to run, it was actually running not too bad. I did strip it down though, and there was a bit of a rusty connection at one point, which was weird. But it's a wee bit quieter now, certainly smooth, as you'll see now. Now what I'm surprised about with this one, Max, is it's not got any lights in it at all. Did you get it like this or did you modify it? This one does have the wire replacement, or the power bar replacement with the wires to the trucks. So let me know if that was you or if you got it like this, because it really could do with an LED or two, one at the front, one at the back. It's not desperate, but I think it would look better. Yeah, that's a fair price. That's a fair price, partly because it's quite a rare livery, I suppose. Hello, Colin. Yes, better late than never. Anyway, we're going through some of the locos I've been working on for Max. Yeah, where did you see the real one, Max? Forgotten where you're from. Are you Cambridge? Anyway, that one's running nice. And next. That crack was my chair breaking. Oh well. So this one could actually be my favourite from your collection, Max. Wait till you see this run, it's so nice. You do of course need to fix that side panel, which was in the box, the little fuel tank. It also forms part of the shell clip, which I don't know if you got it that way or if you broke it, but it's there. You need to glue it back on, but I don't know if it's going to be structural anymore to hold the shell onto the chassis. If you only just glue it on, you might need to plastic weld it rather than just glue it, but still, it's really nice. It runs like an absolute dream. Joe, yeah, anything Chesy related. I think I know the one you mean. It's kind of half Chesy and half CSX. It looks really good. I like it. I don't know if I can afford something like that yet because they're still going to be quite new, right? But yeah, I'd definitely be up for anything with Chesy. I love the Chesy stuff. I've got quite a few. Still got a few more to add a decoder to. I've only added decoders to 2 Chesys so far, and I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chesys still to upgrade. So, Max, while we're on the subject of this little guy, where is he? Oh, he's coming down the mountain. Coming down the hill. Right, this little switcher actually had, where the motor joins onto the drive shafts, both of those little connections were completely split. So, I never actually ran this until I fixed it. So I'm presuming when you turned the power up, it didn't go very fast and it made a lot of noise but didn't really go anywhere. It's because both of the drive shaft ends, the plastic U-joint things, they were both split and just spinning freely. I could hardly even clean the commutator, but I got there. I've just super glued it for now till we get new U-joints. But wait till you see how fast this thing goes now. If I can keep up, watch this. He's a flyer. Oh, too fast. Missed it. Oh, no, where are we? Oh, goodness, try to keep up. Smooth and quiet. This is a great little switcher, Max. I'm kind of jealous of this one. And it's got decent weight to it as well. So you're going to have fun with this one. Yes, yes. That is a little cracker. Really pleased with how that one came out. Yeah, Joe, I still have the Chesney steam train. It just doesn't run very good. I think it was a Mantua rather than a Mahano, so it's not the best runner. Although, now that I've been working on steam trains, I'm getting a wee bit more comfortable with them, so I might strip that one down, see if I can get it to run much nicer. Yes, Colin, my track is perfect. Now, I've spent a lot of time fine-tuning my track. It's really important to get this particular track perfect because I've got the inclines and the 18-inch curves and a mixture of switches and crossovers, so everything has to be really perfect. I mean, it's like perfect junk, but it's got to be perfect or everything will just fall off. And the big test is always the 6-axle Atherms, as Armand will testify to. Although I think Armand's given up on the 6-axle Atherms, and I can't blame him. They were an absolute pain, but I think I've got to the bottom of it now, so we're good. Alright, we're going to come down to the end of this lap, and we're going to switch train. I can't find the right camera. There. And we're going to switch to the last one I was working on, which the video will be out on Wednesday, okay? Yes, sorry, this is a Athearn Blue Box, and the Trainmaster was also an Athearn Blue Box. Surprisingly quiet, because this is quite an old one. So smooth though, look at that creep, or crawl, creepy crawl. Really good. Right, last one that I worked on this week. Okay, Max, explain to everyone what that is that I've just put in the track, and then I will explain what was missing from that wasn't in the box, and then we'll give it a wee run, okay? So that's Windows Defender Summary, Microsoft Defender Antivirus, blah blah blah. Sure, it's fine, we've not been invaded. Actually, let me just click on that and see if we have been. 5 threats since your last summary. They're really trying to get into my system. Nah, we're good. We're good. I hope. It's the problem with doing anything online, especially live streaming. You get instantly, what do you call it? CDOSed or something, you know, when they try to get into your system. The bastards. Leave me alone. Okay, what does Mike say? Alright, vintage band-driven Athearn that I got at one of my first shows. Didn't know it was a dummy. Rubber Band Man song. Okay, here's the deal, Max. With this particular little loco, all the parts were not there, okay? It only had band drive wheels for one truck. So it can only be 4-wheel drive at the moment instead of 8-wheel drive. Also, the wheels on the non-powered side, they're plastic wheels. So we've only got pickup and the 2 axles at the front, which are both powered. So it needs to go a wee bit quicker to get over all the points to keep the power going through the rails. But if we can find more band drive wheels that are metal, obviously, then we can make it run much better. But let me show you. So once we get up to a nice little speed, it actually runs quite well. So with all-wheel drive, it should run great. And because there's no gears, it's actually really smooth. I was very, very surprised when I got this running. If it was that simple, why didn't you fix it yourself, you cheeky bugger? Right, here's the deal. We cannot haul anything with this loco because it's only got 2 bands going round 2 little drive shafts. And if you try and haul anything behind it, even the dummy, it won't pull the dummy up my hill. It just puts too much strain in those bands and the motor will just whine. So just run it as it is for now until we get those extra wheels, and then you'll be able to put the wheels in yourself, and then you should be able to haul whatever you want. I would also suggest possibly getting smaller bands for it. They weren't quite as tight as I would expect them to be, and then it'll be great. But no, it's running like an absolute dream. I just wish we had 8 powered axles for it though. Well, Colin, I keep going to the wrong... Let me swap these cameras about. They're really bugging me. It should be down there. Right, tell you what, Colin, I'm going to lift this off the track and let you see how it works. It's pretty clever. Let's see. Okay, we've got our desk cam. So, isn't that interesting for a start? There's your bands there and there, and the bands actually hold the truck in. Right, so that's kind of look, boing, boing. Isn't that weird? So because this one doesn't have the metal wheels or the big fat centers, it can't be powered, and also the bands aren't going to hold it in, but it's the bands that hold the truck in. Isn't that weird? So the power goes through one side of the wheels, through that side of the truck, into that metal section there, and makes contact in that big pin in the middle that it's sitting in. You see that? And the other side, there's a wire. At the other side, there's a big screw going through there, which goes to the other side of the motor. It's kind of like the newer Atherns in that respect, in that one side of the motor is grounded to the chassis, the other's got a wire going to the other side. It's real clever, but isn't that funny? So it's just gravity that's holding that together at the moment. But it runs, and that's all that matters. So I'll briefly put the other two steam trains on that I worked on for Max before we move on to whatever else we're going to move on to. Okay, just a couple of laps each. Don't get too bored. Oh, dead spot. Hold on. So this is your biggest steam train, Max. It's not running the best, to be honest. It is running though. Not a lot we can do. I think it needs a new motor. I'll let you see. Hey, Model Railroader 56. I'm still trying to find those tiny little hair bands to use as traction tires, but I've yet to locate them. Okay, and the last one for Max for tonight. Armand, that would be great actually, but you're better just to send them to Max because I'll be giving it back to him soon. We'll see how quickly I can get. And actually, to be honest, I'm not going to be finished till next weekend because I've still got 6 to go. Right, Max, this one, which I know is one of your favourites, this one is running fine, but for some reason I cannot get rid of the grindy noise. Okay, I think the noise is actually not that bad, but it's coming through my rails and it's echoing underneath and all around my layout because there's certain parts on the track that it's silent, so I know it's not the loco that's causing a problem. It's my track anyway. I'll let you see it. Adrian, I have tried all the dollar stores. We've got something called Dollarama here in Canada. I've also got Dollar Tree. I've tried Walmart. Cannot find those little bands anywhere. It's ridiculous. I think maybe Canadian girls have got bigger hair or something that they just don't have use for those little tiny little bands. Very frustrating because it would solve so many problems because they're also kind of rectangular, if you know what I mean, rather than just round rubber bands. So they would be ideal to use as traction tires. Anyway, back to this wee train. Max, if you're talking about this one, pretty sure it's a Varney. Let me get the underside and we'll just check that, okay? I definitely saw Varney on something when I've been working this week. Where would I have seen it? I wonder if I saw it underneath when I took this apart. I'm definitely not going mad. I'm pretty sure this is a Varney. Where would I have seen that? Yeah, I'm obviously gone mad. It's maybe under that plate, but I can't see it now. Anyway, that's running nice, if a little bit grindy. But again, it's very heavy, and my track's not the best. So that's the max pack so far. I'm going to start playing with my own trains in a wee minute. Let me catch up, see if I've missed anything in the chat. Uh-oh, Tim's here. Damn. Jim E is here. How you doing? Stephen David's here. My goodness, you all popped in when I wasn't looking. Yeah, Rebel, you're probably looking up Walmart in the States. Canada's completely different. We don't have half the good stuff that you guys have got. We don't even have like strawberry Fanta. What's that all about? Yes, sorry, Max is asking me something again. Yeah, I could have sworn I seen it under. Yes! Well spotted. Let's see if we can get that on camera, hold on. So, at the very front, under there. Let's see if we can get into this. Oh, it's too dark. It's too dark. Right, underneath. You see it? Yay! It says nay, but the front says Varney. There we go. Varney. Okay. Phew. Got to the bottom of that one. Well remembered. And you had seen it somewhere. What are you talking about? He looks closely and sees we've been trying to reach you. Good one. Yeah. We have all dressed chips up here, which are really good. Which is, to me, it's just a factory accident where they accidentally dropped all the ingredients from all the different chips into one batch, and they just call it all dressed because it tastes of everything. But they're pretty good actually. Oh, sorry, Stephen. I didn't notice. I must have scrolled past you. I do apologise. So, Stephen. So you saw that I was possibly going to build these tonight. We'll see. Steve sent me them. Don't know why I said that twice. Hey, who's leaving? Oh, you're all talking about Fanta now. Main reason he thinks it's a kit bash is one of the wheels is different colour and the front plough is also added on. Oh yeah, so it is. Ah, whatever. I don't need to worry about that. I got it fixed. It's your problem now. Right, I want to run something of mine for a change. Hello, Ray Nagy. Nagy? Nagy. I think it's Nagy. A bit like my wife. Right, let me find a train to put on the track. I'll just surprise you, right? Hello, Robert C. Welcome along. Stephen Dixon. Sorry, I took my glasses off. I already said hello to Stephen David. Okay, so this is one of the cheapy Mehanos. You know, the noisy little Mehanos? So this is another one that I added the dollar motor to. And it's running so nice when you see this. Isn't that insanely good? Those are the ones that normally jerk all the way around the track and make a horrible vibration sound. This at the moment is silent, and as you can see it's creeping along like it's stalking its prey. It's insane for $1. Oh, I need to get more of these motors. Come on, you've got to be impressed with that. That is insane. I'm going to dig out one of the wee motors to show you what I'm talking about. Wow, it's hardly moved. So good. I'm so happy with that one. So, it's... I bought 20 of them because shipping was only like $2 all the way from China. So 20 of these. So it worked out about $25 to $30 with tax and shipping, right? Now, when I first opened this, I looked at it and I thought, well, that's too small. That's tiny. I actually thought it was for like a slot. Whoops. I actually thought it was for a slot car because it's so small. But it's exactly the same size as the Mehano. I've got another Mehano like that as well that I'm going to add one to. These ones. That tiny motor. It's exactly the same size. It's not quite an exact fit. But let's see if that one's moved along yet. Oh, he stopped because he's going up the hill. I'll give him a little bit more power. Dead spot, his lights are off. Hold on. Need to clean the track. Okay, let's try that run again. Does not like that bit of track. I've obviously got a bad connection on the pickup. Always working on track. Never ends. Yeah, Randall, this is the one I was saying I've added one of those tiny little dollar motors to. Now it's running great. Oh yeah, I also painted the handrails, as you might have noticed. Makes a huge difference, because it changes them from just looking cheap plasticky to actually functional. I think that looks nice, and the steps as well. And yeah, they're probably supposed to be painted yellow. Sue me. I like it white, okay? Yellow would look a bit yucky. Okay, so if anyone didn't notice or weren't notified, I've made a Facebook group for everyone who wants to post pictures or videos or links to YouTube. Very media heavy sort of group. I will obviously be posting links to my videos, but it means that if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can still take a quick video on your phone, upload it straight to Facebook. You don't need a whole YouTube account. So it'd be nice to easily share your layout with everyone else and get everyone else's opinions. Helping advice. Constructive criticism. I've not even been drinking. But yeah, no one nasty. If anyone posts nasty comments, they'll get insta-banned. Trust me. I have control and I'm not afraid to use it. Anyway, I really like this. This was a cheapie. This was like $10 or $20 for this. I keep going to the wrong camera. Yeah. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. You know what? I'm going to change trains because this train is finding every tiny fault in my track tonight. So, Bill, were you asking for a link for Facebook? I've put links under my recent videos to get to the Facebook. Otherwise, just go to Facebook and look up Scott Rails. SCOTT space Rails. Okay? You'll find it. You'll recognise it. Let me get that train off. Put something else on that doesn't break down all the time. So disappointed. It's my dirty track, honest. Right, find another train. Unless anyone's got a suggestion, but I'll put one on for now. Okay, so Aaron found the... what's that? Oh, I just had a random box on my stream there. What was I saying? Aaron, Trains and Planes, just signed up for it. Right, let me authorise that quickly. Hold on a sec. Need to open up Facebook. It's a private group, so only the elite get in. Oh, and if anyone's on the Facebook group and sees spam or scammers, let me know immediately and I'll execute them. Not execute them. Exhume? No, that's bringing them back from the dead. No, that's reincarnation. No, it's reanimation. What's the word? Excommunicate? No. Evict them. That's what I meant to say. Hey, what was I talking about? Right, I'm on Facebook group. I need to go to member requests. Oh, I've got 4 member requests. So I've got Bill Urban. He plans to model HO primary, ON30N next. Have a little ONG. Wow, a bit of everything for Bill Urban. Approved. Adrian Burkholder. HO scale and N scale. Nice. Max High. HO and N. Approved. Aaron Lennon. HO. Awesome, thank you. You are now free to post your pictures, videos and links. Yeah, I agree, execute is correct. Okay, just... oh yeah, I was going to put that train on. So, this one, I think this was the $50 -9 that I got from Peter, sorry. Peter's the guy I got my Canadian National steam trains from. And he's got great trains, great prices, really nice chap actually, I really like him. Hopefully he'll be at the next train show and I'll get another CN 6060. We'll see, he did say he had another one he was going to bring for me. So obviously we have another Athearn Blue Box 6-axle, which some people despise because they fall off all the time, but my track's so good it doesn't fall off. Needs a bit of paint in the handrails to match the other one. So this is number 4642 and the other one's 4641, so perfect match. But I do need to add a decoder to match it with the other one. Here's a question. I've only ever seen the Canadian, the CP rail in this livery on these trains. I've never seen them in real life and I don't know what they would pull. Were they pulling passenger trains or freight? And what sort of freight? Was it just anything? And did they only last a couple of years? Because I've never seen them other than in models. So there's some questions for you. Okay, Mill Creek, thank you for that. So they haul freight. So basically just any sort of freight. I think I need to weather these though, they're way too clean looking. They look gorgeous, but yeah, they're way too clean, right? Okay, Mill Creek, any freight at all. Excellent. I have got lots of any freight. Right, I am going to separate the Union Pacific passenger coaches because I want to run the Via Rail next. That's the one I worked on Friday and it's running really nice now. So you probably noticed I've not been running any freight on my live streams, and that's because freight on my track doesn't work very well. There's way too many couplers at wrong heights for them to just not derail, but uncouple, and it's a pain in the neck, at least with a passenger coach. Passenger coach is almost 3 times the size no, yeah, 3 times the size, so you can get like 1 passenger coach for 3 little freight cars. That's why on live streams I generally don't run freight, because it's a pain. But again, my new layout will be a lot more level, less transitions to inclines, nicer curves, so I'll get more into freight on the next layout. At the moment I can collect the freight and make sure it's all really nice and get nice wheels, but for now we're just working locos and passenger coaches for general live streaming. Okay, right, one more lap for him, then I'm going to get the via rail passenger train out. Hopefully I can reverse it all up all out of the yard there without mass derailments, but we'll see. I was thinking more freight-filled Friday. Freight-filled Friday. Freight-filled Friday. That's actually easier to say than you think. Right, let me grab this one off the track and we'll get the Via on the job. And yes, I always chop off that little pin on the horn hooks. It's a pain in the neck. It's a pin in the neck. So that is running just lovely. Excellent. Right, Via rail next. I can't reverse the Via rail out because the steam train's in the way, so I need to hopefully bring the steam train round to the siding next to the Union Pacific F7. Let's see if there's enough room. Hold on. Need to power that bit of track. This could get really messy. Keep forgetting to switch on track power. Damn. Bonk. Works. Well, that was a disaster. Hand of God time. Right, let's see if the Via rail behaves. Oh yeah, the photographer is a goner. That's not the right thing. Oh my goodness, I'm so struggling tonight with the power. Okay, this time. Goodness. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we don't have a mass derailment here. So far, so good. It was all going so well. So the rear coupler on this has decided to go a bit wibbly wobbly. Oh, that's bad. It's actually the coupler box is loose. Let's see if we can fix that on the fly. See this section here? The whole thing is moving up and down. I don't think tightening that screw is going to do anything. Not with that screwdriver. Hold on. Nah, the whole thing's loose. Needs more surgery. Let's take it off and see. What else am I doing tonight? Come on. Why is that so loose? I really wanted to run this tonight. Stuff it. I'm going to put it back on and just manually ram it together. Because it was working fine earlier before I tried going backwards. I think that's the wrong screw. That doesn't look girthy enough. Let's see what I've got in here. This one looks a bit more chunky. Let's see if I can ram this one in. There's something not right about this. Nah, stuff it. I'm sure I can hook it up for now. Famous last words. Couplers are such a pain in the backside. Yeah, wood picks are good for uncoupling horn hooks. Right, let's see if we can get this thing going. So this is the one I was working on yesterday, or at least the video was up yesterday. It's actually running really smooth and quiet now. Might as well move this camera over there for now, it's a much nicer quality. For uncoupling I use those wooden dowel things you get from the dollar store, and then I just chop them down at a sort of a flat angle either side. That doesn't help at all. You get the idea. And that works quite nice, and they're nice and long. And I put a bit of heat shrink over the top so that I could recognise it from a regular dowel. That's what that's all about. Actually that started off as a skewer, you're right. That was a skewer, but I had to make a flat end on it, otherwise it was pointy and it didn't slip in the tiny little gap. Oh, I've forgotten to chase something again. Hold on. Right, should be good now. Should be good. Yes, Adrian, we're all looking forward to you starting your new layout. You know what? The quality of that video should be much better, because that one looks better at the moment, which makes no sense because that's actually my iPhone. That should be good quality. What's going on? I wonder if I can change anything. Oh, I'll probably have to upgrade to Pro to get good quality, right? Because they're sneaky that way. What have we got? Nah, we don't really have options to make this any nicer. Oh well. Stick with what we've got then. Hello Ian and John Parker, welcome. I'm slouching. I should sit up. It's not good for your back to slouch. Anyway, Ian just submitted a request to join the Facebook group. I will go and check that out. James needs to go. James, I will see you during the week before you disappear to Amherst if you're going over there. But I'll see you during the week and I'll bring over your new train. Thanks for dropping by. Right, let me authorise Ian. Back in a sec. Do we have a James Emerson in the chat? James didn't answer the authorization questions for the group. They're pretty simple questions. They are what... they're so easy I've forgotten them. Basically, what scale are you modelling or plan to model? That's all you have to answer to get approved. James Emerson, are you here? Don't be lazy. I've got to keep the spam bots out, you know. Jim E. Okay, James Emerson. Supposed to answer the question, but okay, I'll let you in this time, right? Don't be so lazy in future. Right, approved. But you're on probation. Trains around the bay. Welcome. Yes, we're having a good evening, but you've missed all the running of Max's broken trains. Well, they're not broken anymore. But you missed all that, so now we're just running whatever I can be bothered. Because no one has suggested anything that they want me to run tonight, so... You're all at my whim. Unfortunately, the guy that lost his legs on the track didn't make it. It's very sad. However, I've printed a new guy with legs, so we're good. I am a god of my track. Looks like Ian's plan, his DCCEX plan, is coming together. Needs a few more components and he'll be up and running. That's excellent. Thought I was going to be first to get that done, but no. I'm too busy working on trains. Just so much to do in this hobby. Not that I'm complaining, it's just massive. And I've got all the parts for the DCC thing as well. Might just keep that for the next track. Start afresh and all that. John Parker's asking what I did to the rubber band drive. Did you not... Were you not here for that? Were you not here when I was running this round the track? Don't worry, it's supposed to look like that, believe it or not. I can run them again if you want to see it. Stephen David can't find the Facebook page. Come on, it's called Scott Rails. SCOTT space Rails. Really easy to find, come on. Plus there's a link at the bottom of my videos in the description. How much easier can I make it? I tell you what, I'll find a link. Goodness. Alright, let's see if this works. Paste. Send. Bill says, one thing I've seen on the Clear Vista Dome is painting the roof. Okay, John, I will, just for you, I'll put on this elastic band drive locomotive. It's kind of a riot, although I need to put the V rail away. Where can we put him? Oh, we've got a side and we can put him on. Right, let the V rail get round to the other side of the track and we'll get this rubber band drive on. It's really bizarre. I'll let you have a wee look at it just now, actually. While we're waiting for the V to make his way round. So, here we go. In case anyone else doesn't know how these work, the other truck is over here. And the reason it's not connected is it's, for a start, it's the wrong truck. It should have those wide axles on it, and it doesn't. It's only got the skinny ones. So this isn't actually a powered one. Anyway, it would slip on that pin there, and then immediately fall off when you do that. Because these things are held on with those bands themselves. Look. Boing. Isn't that bizarre? and that's what holds them on. And it makes its electrical connection through that big pin underneath for one side of the rails. It's really clever, actually. Anyway, I'll stick that on the track, let you see how it runs. Once the veer rail gets round the other side. So what you're saying, Max, is you didn't give me all the bits. You try and make it as hard as possible for me, yeah? Okay, it is time for the rubber band drive. You ready for a laugh? Here we go. And yes, he's pretty quick. Oh goodness, wrong camera. Oh, slow down! Oh my god! Oh, he nearly fell off. That could have been disastrous. There we go. So these band drives are crazy fast. I just don't know the pulling power on them, that's all. Although they are really heavy, but you need a really strong rubber band, I would imagine. Pretty cool. Quite good fun, actually, to work on. Yeah, it is fun, Tim, but it's really top heavy because all the weight is really on the shell itself. I mean, there is a metal chassis. The whole thing's quite heavy, but it's very top heavy. So I wasn't even full speed there, by the way. Tell you what, we'll do a full speed run along the top when it comes round again, and you can see how fast it is. But I'll need to slow it down before the bend. Town. There we go. And long straight. I need to be careful over this bit because there's a lot of switches to get across. Go a wee bit faster up here, and then once it gets to the top he can go full speed. Okay, up here, right, and full speed. I had to turn it off though. Could you even see that? It went by so fast. Sorry, this isn't even my toy. This is Max's pride and joy band drive train. Right, I'll put it away now, Max, okay? Right, let's find something else to put on. I know what we can put on. Something I've not had on for a wee while. After all my excitement of trying to get one of these as well. And because one is never enough, my delicious Rio Grande twins. Well, they're not identical twins, they are different road numbers at least. Yes, John, Trainmaster's fine, and the little switcher's absolutely brilliant. I love that little thing. Might need to get one. Gotta give you a close-up. I just love these things so much. And Selfie Man can get a wee picture next to it. Isn't that gorgeous? That was a rhetorical question, by the way. I have a question for all you techno nerds out there. So these have got Mars lights, okay, which are obviously, because this is DC, they use incandescent bulbs. When it comes to lighting on a DCC loco, does it send an AC signal to the lights, or is it a DC signal to the lights? Because if there's a converter in the decoder for DCC, then the Mars lights, even though they're incandescent, might work. Because they don't even need resistors, because they're designed to run on DC 12 volt. What do you think? Do you think if I hook up these Mars lights to a decoder, will they work, or will they just be constantly on because it's sending an AC signal? Let me know. I mean, I'll try it, obviously, because I want to convert both of these to DCC. Good night, Armand. See you in a few hours when you get up, because you're crazy like me. Nah, he's got a long day tomorrow. Or it was a long day today, whatever. Thanks for jumping in, I'll see you soon. Meanwhile, I'll watch trains while you answer my really technical question. Oh, missed the train. There we go. Here he comes. Right, Sidetracks says incandescent is okay with DC. DC signal incandescent is okay. Yeah, but I want to convert it to DCC, is my point. And it's currently running on a DC system with a DC signal, but if I hook it up to DCC, which is designed How did I need to find a... Oh, I can't even do that with this system. Basically, if I put a... For example, let's say I've upgraded this with an LED instead of an incandescent bulb, okay? if I put that onto a DCC powered track, the light will come on regardless of whether it's going backwards or forwards, because it's getting an alternating current. And I'm just wondering if I can hook it up from the DCC decoder to an incandescent bulb, which isn't a one-way bulb like an LED is. Will it do the Mars effect? That's what I'm getting at. The Mars lights they have two separate bulbs that flash like that, in case you didn't know. Right, what does John say? DC to the bulbs, the boards are able to run LEDs, so DC to the lights. Okay. Okay, I'm still reading, thank you. Excellent. Right, so it looks like I can possibly upgrade both of these. Oh, one of them's catching up on the other. I've obviously got the fast one at the back. I need to swap them around. Or I could just hook them up back to back, couldn't I? But yeah, so I will try adding the sound decoder to one of these. Hooking up the front light and see if we get the Mars light working. That would be awesome. Because the only way it works at the moment is if there's a fair bit of power going through the track. I don't know, I need to stop him from crashing into the back. He still sneaked up and tapped his bum. Alright, see how long they get on hooked up like that. See, that Mars light looks really good on there, and this is, although it was brand new in the box, it is quite an old Proto 2000 set that I've got here. But the Mars lights are working really nice. Work even nicer than DCC. Anyway, I do have a DCC decoder with sound and a speaker to put on one of them, and the other one can just have a basic mobile decoder. It doesn't need sound, and then I can speed match them and all that kind of thing. Oh, right. See, now John, you've confused me again. Right, so John says, you have to drive the Mars light effects board. You can't just hook it up to a light function on the DCC decoder. I'm lost again. I guess we'll find out when we take it apart. But I've got the rest of Max's trains to figure out this week. Adrian says, also study 2 LED blinking light circuits for DC only. I don't do study. It's not in my vocabulary. I suppose I have to if I want to get this working though, right? I need more passenger coaches for these trains. I've only got 4. That's not nearly enough. And I need a B unit as well. Tell you what, it's hard to get a real grand B unit for this. And they're all different colours of yellow. You notice that? So annoying. Alright, so Bell is saying I need to find out if the DCC decoder puts out a constant power for the Mars blinker, or if the DCC decoder has... Oh, don't fall off. These things are like petulant children. You look away for 30 seconds and they're up to no good. That was very close to falling off the edge of my track. I would have been devastated. The stream would have ended. In fact, the whole channel would have shut down. I spent so long trying to find them and spent a fair bit of money. Well, a fair bit of money for me. I think they were $92 each brand new, which is pretty good. I know they're just DC, but they were new and they're rare. And they're Proto 2000, so I don't think the price was too bad. Oh, talking of which, I wonder if I'm winning that auction on eBay. I've got something else. I'm a hopeless addict. Tell you what we'll put on for now. Not run any DCC tonight, so let's put on my new Chezzy. GP SD35, I think you guys said this was, right? SD35. Anyway, this is nice. Let me get this on the track. Down there. So this is my Atlas Chezzy system with these flashy lights. A lot of detail in this. This is the one that's got the wrong handrails in the front and the back. They're way too chunky. But I'll swap them soon. Apart from that, oh, the amount of detail in this is incredible. Richard Martin, hello, hello, hello. I'm just catching up in the chat there. I was too busy putting my new train on the track. What else did I miss? Ah, the Proto 2000 has a Mars light effects board on the rear of the chassis. Excellent, so I should be able to hook that up then. So it doesn't go straight to the bulb, it goes to the board rather than the bulb. Right, I think. Ian says, going to a model railroad swap meet tomorrow. Oh, I'm jealous. I was just that one. What am I talking about? Mostly Lionel, but there are a few HO scale nooks and crannies. Okay. John, other update. Plus, the bottom headlight should be lit also. You would go crazy trying to operate a locomotive that only had Mars light. That's very true. It does get a wee bit annoying. Confirming it's an SD35. SD35s have a smaller fan in between two larger fans, just like the GP35s. Bill posted a link about Mars and DCC. It looks NCE decoders are capable of Mars function. Excellent. Although it's not a NCE decoder I've got, but I might get one. Richard says the pile of locos on the table is getting impressive. Which pile? What are we looking at? Oh, that's nothing. That's just what I was going to run tonight. Goodness, you know what? I'll go to WonderCam, and I'll show you what else I've got lying about here. Okay, so this is WonderCam. I'll try and be gentle because I know people get a bit vomity if I go too fast. Okay, so we'll do a wee tour. So, go as slow as I can. So those ones away up there are not mine, but those three are mine, which I'll be working on very soon. That's the one with the banana chassis. I can't actually remember what's wrong with that one. And I think this one has got split gears somewhere because it was not moving. But then we've got my shelves. So they're all DC, and these ones are DCC. So the two steam trains were gifts from Greg Dean. That's a little Atlas I added a decoder to. That Class 24 was a gift from Brian at the Angels Modelling and Railways. That was the first Conrail I got. In fact, oh no, I've got two Conrails, but that's the first one I got at the first train show. CSX was another gift from Solar Garage. That was my first eBay purchase, which is now DCC. Train show, DCC, DCC, these are all DCC. That's one of my best runners. And I've got two smaller F7 Rio Grand jobs. And the ones at the top, they're not DCC yet, but maybe soon. And I've also got a box of Mahanos somewhere that I'm going to be adding the little budget motors to. So that's what I've got. I hope that wasn't too sick inducing. I'm going to switch that off for now. Save my wee battery. Where's my Atlas? I mean my Chizzy. I've got too many toys. So Ian's talking about bending up the KD couplers. Now, was it Sidetracks that was watching the other day? Was it Sidetracks? Was that a different Sidetracks? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sidetracks was doing a video and he's got a little tool, and there's a specific tool. It's a little metal curling tool. It's like a pair of needle nose pliers, but one side is round and one side is semicircle, and they've all different sizes depending on how tight you want to crush it round. It's really cool. I got them in Amazon, so it's $17, which wasn't bad, but they're out of stock for now. So I've added it to my shopping list, and when it comes in I'm going to grab one, rather than trying to just bend them round with a pair of pliers, which is always going to end in tears because you're going to break something off. Also, it's not very precise. So that's I'm still waiting to see if it was the right Sidetracks or if it was the different Sidetracks, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. Unless he's not here anymore. I need to slow down. This was supposed to be a chill out night and I'm rambling. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Oh, he's not DCC. Yes, it was Sidetrack 77. So KD coupler trip pin pliers is what they're called, and they're not massively expensive if you can find them, and they just save a lot of grief. They really do. Excellent, thanks. Sidetrack, sorry, I've forgotten your name. If you even told us your name, unless you don't want to tell us your name, in which case that's perfectly fine. Richard, so do you have the split frame version as well? Because that's the first one I had ever seen. Kind of freaked me out, but the one that I did for Max, his GP, I think it's a 35. Yeah, his is split frame Backman Plus, it was exactly the same, which is a good thing that I had done the F40PH first, because I kind of knew what I was doing and I didn't break it, and it's running really nice. Really looking forward to Max getting all his trains back and enjoying them again. Okay, thanks Holly. So apparently John's not a big fan of the KD coupler trip pin thing. Oh no. No, he broke them using needle nose pliers to bend. Right, okay. Okay, so that's 2 votes for the KD coupler trip pin pliers. Yeah, definitely need to get a set. Just Canada sucks for getting these things. You have to wait for them to get in stock again. Canada's huge, but it's got a tiny population. No, I'm not enjoying my train. I'm too busy talking to you guys. I'm going to turn the speed up a wee bit. I might need to put LEDs on this. It's not quite bright enough. We don't have a micro mart here. Bearing in mind, anything that we can get online is normally from the USA or China, and the shipping is ridiculous. If I was to ship a set of those pliers from the States, it's probably going to be $30 shipping, plus tax, plus customs. So probably $50 in shipping alone, plus $20, $17. So we're getting up to $65 for a pair of pliers. So I need to wait for Amazon to get them back in stock, because I've got Amazon Prime, free shipping. It's a massive saving. We just need to wait. Yeah, Max, I was cutting the pins off, and then someone pointed out that KD couplers are bloody expensive, and you might actually want to use them for their intended purpose one day. So if you're happily cutting off all these wee magnetic pins, you're wasting a lot of money, so you're as well to either bend them with pliers or get the proper tool to do it. Richard, it is 9:30, I'll be there at 10:30. Yeah, I will take you up on that offer. That would be awesome. Thank you, Richard. Next time I'm up. I really don't mind jumping. I mean, it would cost me, what, about $10 in fuel. It's still going to save me a fortune. That would be awesome. Yeah, thanks, Richard. I mentioned this before about the freight stuff. Freight cars on my track are not great because, again, we're back to the coupler issue. Because of all my transitions to inclines, the KDs and even the horn hooks, they do that a lot. And if it's not like, I mean, that's barely enough to hold on a coupler, and it goes a wee bit higher, they fall off, and it's no fun to do a live stream with stuff that's constantly falling off your track. eBay in Canada's garbage, Bill. Yeah, Holly, I don't know when the next train show is up here. I've not seen any advertised. I didn't know about the tool before the last train show, or I would have been on the hunt for them. This camera sucks tonight. What's going on with that? Let me check that. Sorry, I just noticed. I don't normally look at the screen because, you know, I'm a professional. I look at the camera. But it looks really grainy tonight. Could do zoom. Oh, that's terrifying. Exposure. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, let's get pan and tilt. What does that do? Nothing, apparently. Turn the gamma down a bit, maybe. Sharpness up a wee bit. Give me a bit of colour. There, that looks better. Cool. Don't look like a ghost anymore, although it's a bit dark now. It's a bit contrasty. I shouldn't have started this. Bill says, hard couple your train freight cars with plastic drawbars, except I don't have enough storage on my track to keep all that kind of thing, and if I want to keep changing all my whatever's running in the track, I need to take them off, and if they're all hardwired or hard coupled, then that makes it difficult. Oh, I hate this. I need to remove this track from my playlist. It sucks. That's better. Penetrator for PC cast. Okay, thanks, Bill. Bill knows his stuff. Even worse with uneven track and scale couplers. All reliable. Number 5 KDs can help with problem track. Oh, interesting. I'll look into that. My local hobby shop has got a good selection of the KD couplers, but I didn't know what I was looking at. So KD number 5, I'll look it up. My email address, Richard, I have got one specifically for this, and it is right there. Scott Rod's Garage at gmail.com. Yeah, Adrian, I would... in saying that, right, my next layout, I want it to be a bit flatter, because I've learned that it needs to be, but if I hadn't built these inclines on this track, I wouldn't have known that it had to be flat. I suppose you could learn from my mistakes. Yeah, Max, Dundas. Max, did I ask where you were from? I thought you were from Cambridge, am I right? Or are you closer than that? But yeah, the little hobby store in Dundas is amazing. It doesn't have a huge stock of actual locomotives, and actually he's got a fair stock, to be honest. Yeah, I'm lying. It's a great wee shop. Wee bit pricey, but he's handy, you know. Okay, so Max Arist is in Cambridge. Okay, that's about 25. No, it's 40 minutes from me. It's funny, right? Because sorry, I need to change the video quality again. It looks terrible. It looks even worse than it did before. Let's see what happens if I hit the default button. I look all peely-wally. Give me a wee bit of contrast and a wee bit of saturation. Apply. Okay. Okay. Still looks naff. Let's just not look at me. Right. Adrian says, I'm also going to plan the track radius for the largest loco I plan to run, even if I don't own it. That's a great idea. Because, I mean, all my Athearn 6 axles get around the track now. It's taken me 6 months to achieve that, though. But there's no way I'm going to get like a big boy round. You know, something with that many wheels all in a line. So... apparently I'm too pale. Alright, let's change it again. It's not usually this bad. Do you know what it is? It's because I don't have a light on me. I bet if I spin this light round it'll magically fix itself. No, that's worse. Although I do need to go back to default. Why is it so bad tonight? enough. Enough. Just don't look at me. That's what it is, Colin. It's a Scottish thing. We actually turn blue in winter. Summer I'm fine. I've usually got a fairly decent complexion in summer. If I get out in the sun, escape from the basement, you know. Might be because the background's so bright as well. Ugh, whatever. Let's not dwell. Next train, make a suggestion. I'm all out of ideas. You've seen what I've got. Tell me where you want to run. A Van Hobbies 6400? I need to look that up. What on earth is that? I must have misread that. Oh no, I mistyped it. Oh goodness. Okay, I looked that up. Is that a... Right, you say it's a 482, but I think it might be a 484. From what I've seen on Google. It looks like a 484. And the very rear wheels on the rear truck, or whatever you call it, they're bigger than the other two, which is weird. If I'm looking at the right thing, which I'm probably not. So Ian is asking if, when I record my videos, I find myself taking one or more takes. No, I get everything right first time, every time, no mistakes ever. Obviously, I have to keep on redoing it and pretend that it's just a brand new thing, except for when I've put the trains, the locos on the track. That's a genuine reaction because I want to see. I want a genuine reaction to see if the train's working or not. But sometimes when I'm making videos, and it's like, I just forget words. You've seen me even in live stream, I forget what I'm talking about. But when you've got a camera in front of you, I don't do the script thing, I hate scripts. So I have to just try and memorise it all the time. Which is crap if you've got a crap memory like me. So yeah, it takes a while. Bill, were we not talking about that in the last stream? In fact, is that not what that picture is? This one up here? Brass, coal, Union Pacific turbine needs 48-inch radius. Is that what we were talking about? That thing there? I actually think Armand might have one of them for sale. This is pretty cool. A lot of money though. Yeah, got the right thing. Yay! I'm starting to learn stuff. Right, I need to find another train. I'm getting bored with this one. Right, folks, this will be the last loco of the evening. My little Sue Lines GP, I can't remember. What is this one called? I want more of these. It's a nice looking little train. I've got one open wagon, open hopper thing for it. And that's it. That's all I've got. So I'm looking for more Sue stuff. And I do need to put handrails in this one. Hey Glenn, did you just get notified or are you just out of bed? We've been here for nearly 3 hours. Come on. Anyway, hope you're doing well and you're not too hot over there in New Zealand. We're freezing our asses off over here. Oh, who was talking about the Virgin? Yeah, I've not run the Virgin in a while. Wow, I don't even know where it is. I must have it in a box somewhere. See, here's my strategy. If I hide stuff away in a box for a wee while, not on a shelf, and... Whoa, that train nearly fell off. What happened there? Hold on. Oh, look how close he was to the edge. I've no idea why. That was a close one. Yeah, I forgot to switch the points. What a surprise. Yeah, so if I keep trains in a box for a while, and then one day when I'm moving stuff about, open the box, and it's like, oh, look at all my trains, I forgot about them, and then I play them with them, and it's like new trains again. So as much as I like to keep everything on my shelves, sometimes handy to keep things in a box, and you kind of forget, especially if you're getting old like me, and you forget you've got nice stuff in boxes. It's like Christmas. Oh, thanks, Bill. Bill's posting it on Facebook. Yeah, by all means, use Facebook for your pictures, your videos, anyone doing live streams, notify people, because YouTube notifications suck, and sometimes by the time you get to a stream, it's finished. Isn't that right, Glenn? Yeah, you're right. I should maybe get some perspex along the sides, because it's quite a drop. And I do have hardwood flooring. Well, when I say hardwood, it's cheap laminate. Laminate. It's that cheap fake wood in the ground, and then under the ground it's pretty much just concrete. So yeah, my trains wouldn't last long if they fell. Oh, no, you're what? There's one more train I want to run after this, and then I'm finished, okay? And it's that big CN-9 down there between my CP rail and my other CP rail. You know the one, the black and red one. Okay, last loco of the evening. Sidetrack says, if you don't want to use rails or plexiglass, use scenery and put a berm at the edge of your table, or a hedge or tree line. Oh, a tree line would be good to save your trains from falling. Yeah, I like the trees more than anything else. Anyway, this one I've got here needs his handrails applied and some other small detail. I think this was another $50 bargain at the train show. Oh, in saying that, I don't know if I've run this one very much, so it might be a wee bit jerky. Let's find out. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Can't remember if I cleaned this one or not. Just not had time. So I would love to run freight with these big Dash 9s, but because they don't have the articulating trucks, they just derail everything they pull behind because my curves are too tight. So, why has he stopped? He stopped on the bridge. What's going on? This is supposed to be the last one of the night. Ugh. Stupid scenery. My train get caught in the bridge. Ugh. Need to sort my scenery out. I'm so lazy. What was I talking about? Yeah, because the couplers are mounted on the body of this loco, when it goes around a tight bend, it swings away out. So the coupler swings away out, and whatever it's attached to has to go with it, and they just get derailed. So until I get either articulated trucks on whatever it's pulling, or I build a track with wider curves, I can't really pull anything behind these. What was SMT's video the other day I watched? Can't remember his last one. They're all great, but the last one he posted was good. What was he got? Was he repairing something? Yeah, good luck, Joe. Well, though, I don't know where you are, Joe, but in Canada they're pretty hard to get, the Rio Grandes. They might be dime a dozen at the train shows in America, if that's where you are. Can't remember if I asked you or not where you are. But they are really nice. The Union Pacific PAs are also really nice. Anything that's yellow is nice. You may have noticed I like the Chezzies, the Union Pacific, and the Rio Grande. Wait, so I've got a yellow Santa Fe as well. I know, I just like a bit of colour in my life, you know. That's what it was, Ian. It was that steampunk that he ruined. Now, he got it working, but I actually preferred it before he painted it with that crappy paint. And even when he painted it and left some of it black, I thought it looked nice. But when he painted the whole thing the same colour, I thought, nah, that's a shame, because someone took a lot of time to build it the way he did, and just to paint over it was a shame, I think. But hey, his train, can do what he wants with it. We're all entitled to our opinions, even if they're wrong. I didn't think CN was hard to get in the States, Bill. I thought CN runs all over North America, but again, what do I know? Okay, so is that the term sidetrack? Swinging couplers. Swinging couplers, eh? That sounds like a weekend event for married couples. Right, we have got 3 minutes until 10 o'clock, and I will be ending the stream. Thank you all very much for dropping by. I got to play with my trains for the first time in a week because I've been too busy repairing stuff. And I will probably get straight back to repairing stuff at the end of this stream. I want to finish Max's box of shame because I've got those 3 locos that I really want to get working on, namely this one, the banana CP rail. I need to put the chassis in a vise to straighten that out. I've got my cotton belt. I can't even remember what's wrong with that one. And of course my Union Pacific SD35, I believe. I thought it was an SD40 no, an SD. No, I've forgotten. What is that? I thought it was a 40-2, but I don't think it is. Because it's not the same as the Conrail, which is a 40-2. No, it's not. That's a 45. This has got a longer hood. Yeah, it's a bit shorter as well. Put me out my misery. What is the yellow one? Overall, they are much the same, except the body in the Conrail is longer. This one's got a longer platform at the back. You can usually tell by the fans, so tell me what that is. I've completely forgotten. Anyway, I can't remember what's wrong with that, and I want to get into this as soon as possible. 40-2, right. Well, I think they had this discussion. Hold on, I'm blasting you with my... Let me pull down an actual 40-2, which is that one. Okay, let's do it this way. I'll bring up the big camera. We can discuss. So, pretty sure that's a 40-2. Okay. This one is different though. No, it's not. It's the same. But the hood is longer, is it? Is the hood longer? We've got the same fans on the roof. Yeah, the hood is longer on the Union Pacific. Let me show you these side by side. So, what is the deal with this one? Why has it got a longer hood? And is it just a variation on a 40-2? I'm going to put the body back on. I'm going to end up dropping it. Okay. So the fans are the same. But the Union Pacific has got a longer hood. It's the snoot. Snoot nose, eh? Ah, okay, so just down to bad machinery then from the factories. Okay, anyway, my point was, I want to get this fixed. Nothing majorly wrong with it, but Needs a bit of work. And that is that. The music is finished. The stream is ending. Thank you very much for dropping by. I now need to go and get a coffee and a wee lie down. Ian, I can't remember. Honestly, cannot remember what's wrong with the Union Pacific. We'll find out soon. Might take a wee break from the Max Pack and try fixing some of my own stuff for a change. All work and no play makes Dave a dull boy. Good night all. Thanks again. Sorry, I have to keep chatting now because people keep answering my questions. So John says the UP nose is longer for the extra electronics that Union Pacific installed on the locos. Awesome. Good night, John Parker. Not a beer. I don't drink beer. I don't drink at all because I'm weird. That's why they threw me out of Scotland. Thank you for dropping by, Aaron. I don't know what that emoji is, Steve David. Good night, Joe. Good night, Durant Railroading. Okay, good night. And Max, see you next weekend, hopefully with your trains. Take care, everyone.